Take control of your finances. Gain insights from top industry professionals. Financial topics that matter to you from your go-to resource. This is Right on the Money with your host, Dennis Mattern.
Hello and welcome to Right on the Money, the show that features financial advisors, insurance professionals, and fiduciaries who discuss financial topics that empower you to take control of your finances. I'm your host, Dennis Mattern. We are so glad that you've taken time out of your day to spend with us. I want to remind you, you can watch full episodes on our YouTube channel or rightonthemoneyshow.com. Now, today I am pleased to be joined by our friend Glen Wantje, president and founder of Wantje Financial. Glen, before we dive in too far, where are you located?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
We're going to talk about retirement. And one of the things that I really want to talk to you about is there's this stereotype of retirement where you work 40 years, 50 years, you retire and you just kind of sit around in an armchair and basically you're waiting for it all to end, I guess, and relax a little bit. But that doesn't seem to jive with what I see of people that I know that are retired. Talk to us about what retirement really means.
You're exactly right, Dennis. Retirement is always a past tense as far as when I get there, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm finished working. My career is finished. Now what do I do? What we look at in our practice is, what does retiring mean? Mm-hmm. And it's different for so many different people. You have certain people that want to travel. You have others that maybe want to buy a beach house. You have others that want to take care of their kids or their grandkids. So retiring means is a lot different than retirement. And we want to make sure that as you approach that last stage of your life, that it is something that is meaningful and something that the reason why you worked 30 or 40 years.
Yeah.
To give yourself an opportunity, maybe if it's a hobby, if it's a company, a small business. There's so many different avenues that people want to take.
How do you get somebody to their version of retirement? How do you do that?
The biggest thing that we try to stress to our clients is it's not all about the money. It's not all about your finances.
Now that's interesting because that's the first thing that I would think is it's all about the money.
You need to educate yourself on what retiring means to you. Mm-hmm. And it has to be an open conversation between the husband and wife. It has to be an open conversation from partner to partner. You have to realize, what am I trying to achieve?
Yeah.
And by being able to interact with clients in pre-retirement and help guide them on some of the things that are going to come up that don't necessarily have to do with their income, actually allows me to be a better planner and a better advisor for them, because I can gauge what their needs are going to be in retirement based upon what they actually are going to do. So many people get to retirement and they look at each other like, okay, well, now what? I'm retiring in January. What am I going to do? And that's why they keep working sometimes.
Besides helping people retire successfully, it almost sounds like you're a mediator.
I have a client, the husband, all he wanted to do when we had conversations by ourselves is, once I retire, I want to downsize this house, get a smaller house, one level. I don't want to cut grass anymore. I don't want to climb stairs anymore. I'm finished. In the same sense,
I'm not going to lie. I'm not retired, and that all sounds pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. On the same sense as when I talked to the wife, she came to me and she said, Glen, I want to talk to you about this, because with the grandkids now starting to get a little bit older, when they come in from out of town, I want to talk to an architect about putting on an addition to our house. And she said, do you think it's feasible? On the same sense as I talked to the husband just a week before, and he talked about how they're going to downsize. And it was a conversation that I had to sit down with them before we even reviewed their finances and said, listen, we have to have an honest and open question and answer session between you two, because I can't do my job and provide you with the income if you two are not on the right page on what you want to do with your finances. And I think that's overlooked in our industry. I think sometimes it comes down to the dollars and cents and what was my annual return and what was my yield. But I think as an advisor, we need to be part of that, like you said, a mentor, almost a retirement coach, to say there's a lot more. I can do a better job for you if we're all on the same page, if we're all educated on what's going to happen in the next 15 to 20 years. I understand it's not the only thing that's constant is change in retirement, but we need to be on the same page, because if not, then I'm doing them a disservice by just saying, hey, I can make you this much money and this is what your check's gonna be. But they have to also be honest, and that's why I think the advisor-client relationship has to be built on trust. It has to be built on more than dollars and cents.
We're gonna have to take a quick break, and coming up on the next segment, Glenn and I are gonna talk about the different phases of a successful retirement. You do not wanna miss that.